have you learnt about technologies from the process of constructing this product? Within creating my product, I did rely quite a lot upon technology, as it allowed me to produce a high quality product so it would be more reflective of professionals' work. One of the main aspects I did use within the pre-production especially was the use of YouTube. This allowed me to research professionals' work so I could gain an understanding of conventions used within both music videos and adverts, as it allowed me to see what sort of special effects they would use, how the music video would be shot, what themes tend to include, where I got the inspiration for the idea of love from. It allowed me to just analyse them and so that I could emulate it within my own work and get a better quality result. I'm frequent with the use of YouTube, so I already knew how to use it. It's quite simple anyway. And it was really important and influential upon my decision of what I filmed for my music video. So where my inspiration came from, such as Hello Adele and Sinead O'Connor, went for the more emotive route, which I did gain from looking at their work, from getting inspiration from them really. Another aspect we used was the use of the font. I used this within my AS coursework to create title sequences. It provided me with a larger variety of font choice, which I wasn't able to do on the Macs and on Adobe. I was able to get a higher quality font so it looks more professional, adds that extra touch to my ancillary tasks in particular. It was easy to use. I knew how to download the font. It was quick and easy. I was able to do so. We also used Student Weebly, which allowed us to document my progression throughout the course in both my music video and ancillary productions. This was really helpful for me, as I was able to see what stage I was up to, where I needed to go next. Although it was hard to keep up with the blogs and it did take a quite long amount of time to do, it was helpful to me though, particularly. I did like the way it was structured from date order. I thought it was really helpful within my planning of my production. It was easy to fall behind on the blogs if I didn't do them after I'd had a lesson or something, as I had to go back and write them, which was sometimes difficult, but it was very beneficial to see now my progress throughout the course. We also made use of Excel within the pre-production stage to make our schedules of the day for both our ancillary and video shoot. It allowed us to create a basic but yet effective way to produce our schedules and their layout. So each column would have a different information in it, such as the shot type, the description, the location. It allowed a more visual way of us to see the information, as well as having it in a clear way so that we were able to understand it. We used this last year within our AS and found it to be very successful, hence why we used it again this year within the pre-production. We also made use of the DSLR cameras, which we also used last year. Although over the course of the 2 years I have developed my skills when using the cameras. I'm now able to set the brightness, put the focus more effectively. So last year some of my shots were a bit blurry. This year I've developed that and know how to get the best quality footage through the focus, the zoom, all of the different aspects of the camera. This was aided by the use of a tripod, just like we used last year, although I do feel I have developed massively from last year's production. It's allowed me to get more unique shots and to also develop my camera angles, which I didn't do last year as much, as now I've gone for more motion shots to create different moods such as chaos, reflect the arguments, which I didn't include last year. And it's allowed me to become more adventurous within my video, as the motion shots, the high angle I used as well, I didn't use that last year. I became more creative with the use of the camera, which I think has gave me a more professional look, as my shots are not just static and repetitive like I found initially within the first attempt. We also made use of a PAG light, which again I had experience from AS production, although this time I did do more research into the filters and the different effects they create. This was again aided by YouTube, So I'd watch how to use the Paglite and how to create different effects from using it, such as the blue filters, the no filter or the yellow filter. We decided to use the yellow filter with the NAS to get a brighter but not too stark looking light into the studio particularly. It allowed us to get not as grainy footage as what that of the blue light may give us. So we found this really, really helpful for us, especially when in the studio, as mentioned. I think I have again developed my skills using this Paglite from last year, as able to use the angling more and understand where to place the light to get the best quality results. We also use Photoshop within my ancillary images to manipulate my images and create both my digipack and music advert. I was allowed to put my images in, put the text layers, all of what I used to do last year. Apart from this year, I have again become more creative with the way I use Photoshop. This year I made use of the Magic Wand tool, where I would remove the background of an image, as I was using the black background, so it would look as if the image of the mother and daughter was placed directly onto the black background, and there was no sort of outline of shadows or anything like that, as they'd been removed. I was also able to look at blur, even though I haven't included it within my final piece. The blurring of the edges and the objects within the image is also important, as that developed through more use of Photoshop and again the use of YouTube videos, which allowed me to experience and understand how to do these. I would look at tutorials of